Hi everyone, I'm Rain. Well, so I missed all of last week. It was just like the end of school and there was so much to be done. And, um, and so I decided Sunday, today, I'll go on a live. And there's so many topics to speak about. There are so many things that I want to go to and unpack with you and discuss and share. However, the thing that feels like I sat for a bit here in my backyard, just talking to Source and like calming my nervous system down instead of being all like excited, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? This topic or this one. And I was like, okay, let it be whatever the divine has in store once I press play, once I press the live button. And what is coming now to the forefront of all the other topics I have in mind is, are we, you know how we're all doing this, like we're going deeper into ourselves. If you're going through an awakening, you're working through your own traumas, your limiting beliefs, your shadow, you're coming to learn more about who you are, what you are. Hopefully you're also learning to sit with your emotions, with your feelings, whether it's anger, sadness, depression, anxiety, whatever it is, and not reprimanding or shaming yourself for having those feelings. This is a journey, right? Today I was sitting with my nephew. He's moved in to live with me for some time. And I do not watch the news. I really, really don't. Like, the more I go deeper internally within me, the more I elevate my vibrational energy, the more watching the news hurts so deeply. And I believe it's hurting deeply is because I haven't watched the news in God knows how long. I don't know how many years it's been. But watching or hearing anything about the news has let me be more human and feel the pain that's happening on the planet. Like, energetically, I feel the depressions and sadnesses and all the things and anxieties and worries and stresses. Hearing the stories of what's happening on the planet, the wars, the hunger, the child molesting, the kidnappings, the rapes, it's just mayhem. The shootings, the killings, there's just so much pain, so much injustice. But the less I have been available to watching the news, I'm not as, what is it called? I haven't been numbed to it. So before it was normal, oh yeah, of course these people are hungry there, and there's war there, and there's war there. Now, I'm more human because I'm not constantly watching or hearing it, and I don't have friends all around who are constantly tapped into the news. So I'm not hearing it all the time, that I've become more human. I feel more deeply. I'm more attuned to the stories and the people who are suffering and the pains, right, that are taking place. So this is a factor when you zoom away and you stop feeling like all the movies. This is something that's just showing up. Like, in all the movies, it's normal for us to watch people killing other people, murder, shooting, doing all this stuff to others. Think they're the enemy. These are the good guys. And in the movie, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? And if the bad guys are there, we all get really excited that the good guys have shot and killed and murdered or kidnapped the bad guys, right? It's like, yeah, and this is being normalized. Our system is being normalized. All movies, deception, manipulation. It becomes normal how to be jealous and envious, and how to step over your friends, and how to lie. And so we're becoming, it's neutralizing our ability to feel right from wrong. In the truth of it, we start to take sides, and therefore war happens and hunger happens, and the news just adds more and more to it. There's a word for what we're desensitized. Thank you. We've been desensitized. I can tell the difference now of who I was years ago when I was invested in the news and I wanted to know, and I would feel all this pain, and I want to help, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't think anything I was doing is enough. To now, when I do hear them, The pain and the sadness over the unconsciousness of humanity and how other people's lives do not matter really hurts. And so after I heard the updates of what's happening in the world, and I was so invested in the Palestinians, like the Israelis doing this to the Palestinians, like, can the world not see? You know, it's been so normalized now that, oh, it's okay, there are Palestinians suffering in Palestine, and they've called it Israel, and the Israelis are living the most lavish life and everything, and their neighbors were like in the country, they're being slaughtered and bombed and humiliated, and like that used to be a thing of rage for me. Like, how could the world not stand up for that? And now I did hear more about Palestine and Israel, and it hurt me. And all I did was I did a wish. I didn't let the rage consume me. I just decided, I'm like, okay, I will visualize that there is peace there, that they live in harmony, that they apologize to each other, that the truth comes out, and that everyone can live happily. So my desire, my intention was no more, oh, I want the Israelis to suffer. It's like releasing all that and just going into a place of, can the humans see humans, right? Same thing with everything that's happening. So then I went to the bathroom after I heard all this. I was feeling the heaviness and the weight of it. I went to the bathroom and brushed my teeth again, and I was putting on lipstick. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a live. And then I just sat there and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, is what I'm doing helpful to humanity? I asked the question of source. I asked it of my essence, is this individual stuff helpful, or should I be stopping the wars and feeding the poor and going to countries and doing something? And then I heard really clearly something I had heard when I was studying Islam like 20 years ago. And that came really clearly. And the connotation of it is, there is no nation that can change unless every individual changes themselves within. And it was so clear. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So even though I can't stop the starvation and the wars and the injustices that are going on, I can help others and help myself dive deeper within them, because as we purge our rage and our anger and our reactions, as we sit with ourselves, as we elevate and heighten our consciousness vibrationally up, as we start to have compassion to ourselves, as we start to really care about who we are and our essence and how we feel, and we start to mother ourselves in that sense, the natural consequence is that we can offer that freedom to others, that compassion to others, because we've done it, we've tasted it, we've shown ourselves the parts that we don't like, the judgments, the doubt, the shame, all the stuff we do to ourselves. When we heal those wounds within us, when we come to terms, we choose not to react from a space of rage and anger, but to sit with our rage and anger and understand it and allow it to pass through us, to pass outside of us. As each and every individual one of us does this, the ripple effect happens with other beings, because we're all energy. We're energetically vibrating at a different level, therefore emanating a different vibration. Therefore, the community, the people we're around who are coming towards us, or who we interact with, will naturally vibrate at our level, and they too will release whatever is causing this mayhem on the planet. So I heard very clearly that what I am doing, even though it looks so personal and individual and insignificant, the magnitude of it is beyond anything else that is happening on the planet. The magnitude is ginormous. And now I'm seeing Qigong. So I do Qigong once a week with this amazing teacher. And in Qigong and Tai Chi, the less force and effort you put in, the less mental mind you put in, the more you're moving gently with the energies, and you're just going like that without causing effort on your body, right? You're working with the energies and you're focusing and you're breathing and you're doing all the work where your mind is more still and you're in your essence, so much shifts and changes within you. So now that we can see that it's not in the effort and in the fight and I have to prove my worth and I have to prove that I'm this, none of that matters, right? And how angry I am at what's happening in Palestine and what's happening in, oh goodness, where? The world. What's happening in Lebanon? What's happening in Syria, right? What's happening in the... Ukraine. What's happening in Ukraine? Like, the more I notice all this and I need to be part of it and help the world feel better, I heard so clearly, and I'm hearing it again now over and over again, that as we shift individually, we work through us. We see where we're not seen. We see where we're not heard. We see where we're judgmental of ourselves. We see why we're angry at that person and that person and that person. We do this for us. We allow that energy to release. When I change, my vibration gives permission for others to change. This is more powerful. 100 times, 1,000,000,000 times more powerful than needing to fight for my right, needing to do this, it's so much more powerful because we're all made of energy. We are energetic beings. This planet is made of energy. The more I feed myself from the news or the movies, the more I desensitize myself towards all the pain that is happening, the less I'll be triggered to observe my own pain. So when my nephew was telling me about all the news and what's happening in the world, like it was half an hour long, and I was like, ugh, and I'm being triggered with all the pain, I was like, oh, I could release this. These are other people's pains too. Everyone's feeling it. Some people are desensitized. Most of the world is desensitized because the news is constantly there. Whether you're reading it, you're watching it, you're hearing it, it's there. So, all day it's normal. Of course, there's still war in Ukraine. Of course, the Palestinians are still being slaughtered. Of course, the Syrians have mayhem. Of course, Lebanon is this. Of course, normal, right? But it isn't normal. We need to desensitize ourselves, stay away from all that stuff, so that when you do hear or go every once in a while to hear and feel the pain of the planet, feel the pain of others, their pain lives in us. We all have parts of everybody within us. We all have the same emotions. We all have them, whatever percentage they live within us. We have the I don't matters. Collectively, we have I don't matter, I have no value, I am unlovable, I am unworthy, something's wrong with me. We have the judgment, we have the shamer, we have all of it, all of it. It could be large, it could be small, it could be, but we all have these percentages. So when you watch the news or watch a movie where they're killing and you're with the good guy, bad guy, and because you haven't watched it in so long and it hurts you, this is for you to heal within you, because as we release, each one of us is so powerful. As I release that trigger that hurt me inside, that's getting me all angry or upset, as I sit with it and I allow it to go through me, I don't react to it. I'm just there with it. I allow that to pass through me. Others vibrationally will shift and change because my attitude to them, my attitude to myself has changed. Now there's more love and compassion towards me and who I am and these emotions. I will naturally have more love and compassion for angry people, vengeful people. Not that I will be a doormat, there's boundaries, but I will have compassion. I will know my boundary, but I won't have to rage on them. I won't have to make them see me. I won't have to be aggressive. I can say, they don't belong here, and I can remove myself from the scene if I want. I can remove myself out of their life. There's a million other options, right? Because I matter, right? They matter, but I won't hurt them. I won't go after people hurting them, judging them, blaming them. I'm not saying I'm free of that. Of course, judgment and blame comes in. Of course, it's part of the program, right? And I'm noticing them and I keep sitting with them. I'm like, ooh. And sometimes I say, you know what? Today I am allowed to judge. I want to judge, and I do it with myself, and I also allow that energy to purge. But there is no need to prove yourself to anybody. No need to prove yourself to anybody. You just need to sit with you. So, going back on topic, I told you I've got a lot of topics that keep bombarding, and I said, okay, Source, you deal with it. You tell me what I need to speak about today and what is going to be of utmost service. Let's remove ourselves from movies. I even wanted to watch Avatar, the new one. I was so excited. It was for free on Disney or whatever. I put it on for the girls. Me and the girls sat, and there was all this happy at the beginning. I'm like, oh crap. They always show a movie where everyone's happy at the beginning, and then mayhem happens. So what is this letting us know? You can't be happy. If you're ever happy, crap is going to happen. Don't be too happy. Anyway, then of course there was like fighting and killing, and this war thing started to happen, and me and my girls were like, and we switched it off. I told them I love anything Marvel, Avatar, like anything utopic. I love them. I used to worship Marvel. I can't watch them anymore. I've stepped so far away from observing people in pain, saying they're right and they're wrong, so they have the right to kill each other, they have the right to defend themselves, they have the right to attack, whatever, every party thinks they're right, that when I watched Avatar, which is supposedly amazing, my heart, my body could not watch anyone hurting someone. Couldn't. Even if they were defending their land and these were attacking because they had another alternative, I couldn't watch it. Why? Because I stopped being desensitized to the world. Right? So now I feel deeply, and when I do, it allows me to feel how I feel about that. And when that happens, you sit with that. You let it be there. You let it come out. You journal. You experience it. You say, oh my God, let all the fragments and all its hooks and links that are attached to ancestral DNA, to energies, to my own timeline, to the fears of the collective, let it come out and through me, because as I heal through me, others are healing too. Others are healing too. It's truth. It really is truth. I don't know how to prove it unless you personally experience it. But your world starts to shift, and the more and more people, even those who are in war zones, they have to defend themselves, I understand, and self-reflect and just find that God spark inside to remember that the us inside in this avatar body is the true essence that is connected to all. And we're just purging the body. That's all we're doing. We're releasing what doesn't need to be here, right? It's like once I work, okay, take it this way. I'm seeing so many images. Like once I work on me working on me, dealing with me, when all life happens around me, I still go back to me and do me and reflect on me. Not getting scared, oh, I have to get rid of my anger right now. What energy modality? Oh, do this. No, none of that rubbish. You sit with it. Right? It's not, again, even the healing world, the self-help and all this stuff is all about how to step away from your anger and sadness. No more. We're not stepping away. We're allowing them to come through, right? If I have to be sad for the next 5 days for it all to purge out, so be it. In acceptance, complete surrender to the life force energy that is taking form and releasing itself out of our bodies. Why? Because we, as every individual here, me alone, doing the work alone with myself, is hiring the vibration of the planet, allowing so much to shift and change, allowing people to wake up, allowing people to take conscious decisions. It is just the fact. It's just the fact. Okay? So take that into consideration when your emotions show up. Be there for them. You're not being there for them only. You're being there for yourself. We are learning how to be there for ourselves. We're great at being there for others. We're great at no, I'm not supposed to feel shame and blame. I have to get rid of it. What am I going to do? What energy modality am I going to work with? Right? Yeah, okay, I do EFT and everything, but that is speaking the truth to myself. I'm saying the truth to myself. I feel irrelevant. I feel nobody cares about me. Oh my God, I'm feeling it. I'm allowing myself to voice my truth that I'm ashamed of. And let it speak out. Let it speak through me. Let me feel it. It makes me cry. Great. Tears are magic. 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 Our body will detox it alone, right? So step away. Give yourself 2 weeks. See how you feel. If you stop watching movies that have like murders and kidnapping and wars and fighting and police, all this rubbish that's happening, right? If you step away from that and just watch comedy, if you step away from the news, if you step away from anything on Facebook and Instagram that's all like, it's okay to be a bad person or hurt others, and then go back to it after 2 weeks. See how you feel. You're going to feel very different. You're going to feel very different because you're becoming human again. You're not becoming a robot. Oh, it's normal. It's so normal. Of course, people have to be hungry in Africa, and of course, there has to be war, and of course, it's not going to feel normal, but it's going to trigger you, and when it does, you work through it because it's also attached to your own history timeline and your ancestors. You work through the trigger. Other than that, you're not going to be triggered. You're dumbed out. You're dumbed down. Can't see anything. It's so normal. It's so normal to watch these painful things all the time. It means nothing. It's like watching a movie. Watching the news is like watching the movie. You're dumbed down. So no one can elevate their energy vibrationally, go internally, because it means nothing. It's like, oh, I watched the news. Okay, now I'm going to go to this party. You feel nothing. You can still go to the party, but you must feel it, release it, and go to the party. And also feel blessed that you have a life that's not in a war zone. Great. Feel blessed for that. There's nothing wrong with feeling blessed for that. And deal with your pain. It's your pain to release. It's your responsibility. It's my responsibility. This is my journey on planet Earth. This is my purpose here. That I know clearly. This is my purpose here. I'm here to do that and share whatever I'm doing, right? But this is my purpose. To heal me internally. Clear out my programming that I see through the eyes of shame, blame, guilt, whatever, all that stuff. Clear that as I clear the energies, because once I release this body and I transition, this body's new DNA codes will be of somebody who's healed a lot of the wounds and beliefs. And it goes back to Mama Earth, and energetically it starts to vibrate to the world. And the next humans that come will be eating off of that, will be embracing, because we eat off of Mama Earth. She feeds us, right? She grounds our energy. That will be the energy particles that are coming out of the new DNA that I have shifted within me. That's of value because it will help everyone forevermore. So let's just take a deep breath in and a breath out. Let's just absorb all the information that is meant to resonate with you and whatever else opened up for you to have clarity on. Let's breathe in and let's breathe out. Just always take a deep breath in and a deep breath out at any point. And come back here. Feel what you feel. And if you can, sit outdoors. Just look at the sky and look at the leaves. There's a white butterfly fluttering around. One, and just be back here. Just be back here and notice I am safe right now at this moment. And this was just a pocket of energy. Right? Sometimes if you want to feel safe, what you do is you can uplift your hands all the way up. As you breathe in, I like to hold as if I'm dragging the energy down. I bring it down and breathe out to anchor love and light back into my body, right? You can do that, right? There's something beautiful I learned from Donna Eden yesterday, which I really liked. Maybe I'll push this further away so you can see. I'll give you a little thing you can do. So after you watch the news or watch a movie or you're in conflict with a friend or something's happening, or even if you're like doing workshops with people, something you're doing, right? Our energies, if you're an empath especially, our energies kind of start to shrink down in us or break up a little bit. And you don't feel like yourself. And you want to bring yourself back, right? You always want to bring yourself back because that's where your power is, right? So something cool she showed, and I loved it, and I did it today, is where, here, I'm going to stand up. From the bottom, you put your hand up, and it's called the butterfly move. And you just go out, right? And then the other hand, and out. Then the other hand, and out. Oh, I already feel different. And the other hand, and out. And what you're doing is you're bringing your center line and you're spreading your energy around. Your energy needs to be, the minimum is to the tips of your finger when it's outstretched. So outstretched needs to be here, minimum. It can't be closer or closer, minimum. You want to extend it out. So all you do is just like that. Why? It brings you back to you, right? It protects you. You're bringing your energy where it needs to be. And somehow it makes you feel more coherent and able to deal with whatever emotions are showing up, because you're being held within your own vibrational field, within your own bubble of energy, and you can heal you because it's only you that's here now, right? You've released everyone else. You've widened yourself up. You've taken up your space. This is how you take up your space, my loves. This is mine, right? And then I just take it in. Into the heart. And then I like to say, I am here now. This body belongs to me. Welcome home. So I hope this little technique will help you. I know sometimes it's the hardest thing to remember, the simplest things to take care of ourselves that have just simple ways. But just, if you can't remember this, just open your arms up, and you'll remember something. You'll be like, wait, I can do something. Maybe you can do both of them, because you can also do the heart shape, right? It's you're working with your meridians, heart shape, and your energy fields. You can even heighten your heart shape all the way down. So 2 little tips. I hope that helps you. Oh, you're welcome, Mahitab. I miss you, sweetheart, so much. So I love you all dearly. Don't forget to leave your thumbs up, a heart, a hug, whatever it is, to let me know that you are enjoying these, that you are watching these lives. Even if you're watching the replay, of course. Leave your comments. What would you like me to talk about next time? Is there something specific topic, something you'd like to know? Whatever it is, I'm here for you once a week, whenever that day is. And just know that you have the freedom, my loves, to follow your personal energy. Your personal, you have the right to follow your higher self, and take care of you. That is your human right. So take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.